Hello. Welcome to the Calgan map review series. We're on CP Steel this time. Say hi, everybody.
No.
Okay, that's your. Okay,
Thank
fuck
you
off.
guys. Very cool.
I'm gonna go. Stop.
Who's got the soundboard?
I'm gonna go rapid fire through each point, offense and then defense, and then afterwards I'm gonna talk about Honest Abe, and overall strats and what we should do in some more specific scenarios that I think are very important. We're gonna start off with offensive A. What we should do is literally have everybody on the team, come to A. We're all gonna be spy checking. The red spy is 100% gonna be hiding somewhere around here. Common spots, I mean, there's a million. You definitely want to check into Cuck Shed, Bush, around there. All around here, they could be standing on the rocks. That's mainly up to our pyro, but also everybody can spy check. So everyone just do it. We need to kill their spy here. If we don't, it's kind of annoying because they will be able to give their team information about where and when we rotate. Now, everyone needs to stand on A. Before we actually get on A, we check for traps. Common trap spots are these corners or actually on the hook. We don't want to be dying to that shit. We stack A, we cap it as fast as we possibly can. And then immediately, and while we're doing that, our spy can either come with us, but I would actually prefer our spy to go to B and just try to get in and call, don't go for frags, but just be able to get in and call when they're rotating. Because immediately after we cap A, we're going to wait for this door to open, and then everyone's going to come in. We're going to be checking for traps, and we're going to, like, here and here are common spots. And we are going to bait that we're going to E. We aren't necessarily trying to cap E, but we're trying to pressure their team into rotating around into Wishbone here, also known as Beck, so that they are away from B, which is the relevant point at the time. A little bit later in the review, I'm going to go over what it would mean to go for an AE. But assuming that we're not and we're just trying to bait them to E, we wait for them to start rotating. Our spy is going to call that they're rotating, and then we immediately pull out. Our combo, that is, immediately pulls out, rotates around, and goes through here into drop down. And then you go to B. And the more... In this case, it's faster for you to rotate here to get to B than it is for their team, so you'll be able to have a bit of an opening. Ideally, you can coordinate with a spy to get a gun sap and then get the gun down. Oftentimes, teams will leave their NG alone here on B. The gun will be right here. Just spam it out when you come through drop down. Watch for traps, so our demo is not going to be trapping that. Or he won't be around to see it because he'll be the one rotating to E to combat you. And then that's a really solid way to get a free B presence because their whole team's going to be rotated away. They're going to be somewhere in connector, or sorry, in Beck or Wishbone. Assuming that this push doesn't work out and the bait doesn't work out, then we're going to go for a standard B push from spawn. What this means is we're going to come through here. We're going to have our sniper peeking this first. This is a very nasty choke in a hall. There's trap spots right here. Stickies can be hidden in this bar. They can actually clip through it. So always check for that. There's a lot of tricky spots here for traps. All these little services, yeah, behind the glass. These are all great spots to trap for defense. We'll go over those later. But what we need to do first is we need to establish that we have presence in this hall. If their sniper, which is most likely going to be on ladders, is there, if you come in here, always remember to hug the right wall. It's a little bit harder for the sniper to shoot you if you're hugging the right wall. And then as soon as you get here, don't ever go through this door, but you can kind of somewhat peek it and then just pressure the sniper away. And eventually he'll just move away. Then we have presence in hall. The first thing we do is we get control of upper or concrete. That's going to be our scout, heavy, and soldier. You're going to go in through here. You're going to kill, which is most likely going to be their soldier and heavy. If you don't kill them, you at least pressure them away. And then you just stand here ready. You don't peek this, don't die to spam. Just stand here ready for what comes next. Because once you've done that, you've done your job. What happens next is our spy gets a sap ideally. If not, it's okay, but that's really what makes these push better. And then we solo Uber our demo, and maybe our pyro to help with their pyro if their pyro is air blasting too much. The main goal of this Uber is to get the gun down, to get the force on the med who's probably going to be there, and then to pull back out. Nobody can die. The only people who commit should be our pyro, medic, and demo. Immediately after the Ubers end and their force ends, we all recommit, and the people from concrete are going to be able to apply pressure. Another important thing that I forgot to mention is that after we secure upper and concrete, we need our sniper to rotate over here, because once we start establishing control of courtyard and the general B area, a sniper being able to peek this is just OP. So that's really important.
Where does the scout go after he pushes up?
After he pushes up here, he can go to lobby, or he can even go with our soldier to do flank stuff. Although I would prefer a soldier just be up here ready to bomb for the post Uber. A scout can just participate in that, but yeah, it could be useful for a scout to actually just be on the flank by the A side, just going into lobby and with our spy, just trying to tell us information about rotations and whatnot. The immediate goal of pushing B is to get control of courtyard, which is this first area here. Once we have that, everybody should not be afraid to just walk in here. Like, don't just cower in this hall anymore. Just come out. The only way that's punished is if their sniper has control over by truck. That sightline can really punish us, but in that case, our soldier should just go up through concrete and bomb him. That should be a free kill. What often happens with B is that they have staggered hold positions. Like their first hold position will be like forward here. Their whole team's going to be in courtyard. Once we get rid of that, they're going to have a gun spot over here, and their team's going to be holding like back here. So we have to continue to pressure them as much as possible. Like after our first push, if it's successful, we get a lot of picks, the guns down, we need everybody up. Like our heavy, come up here. You can actually shoot head glitch through this window, which is really annoying. Demo, you're forward here, you're trapping this and this. You can actually stand on this fence and you're still capping. It counts as you're capping the point. So this is really solid for demo. I love doing this.
Wait,
you can trap this, and always be aware of people trying to contest you from the window. That's just 2 stickies and an easy kill. So just be aware of that. Lots of decloak spots that can ruin our day here. So always be spy checking and whatnot. B can be a really strong hold, but the way to win it is to establish dominance after we get rid of their first hold and just keep the aggression up and take all the space we can. If they do establish a more passive hold, then we just have to build Uber again. We can probably build Uber in courtyard and then just use like on our demo over here and maybe our heavy, because our heavy can already get really close and then just be in the fight right away in the Uber, and it can be really strong because all we really need to do is just get them out. No teams will really commit to a passive B hold. Once we just get courtyard, it's probably over. Then, depending on how many picks we get on B, we may go through Wishbone to C, or we may go to one way, or shall I say C gate up here. If we get a lot of picks, we go to Wishbone every time. Watch out for people hanging out in here. In Wishbone, you want to watch out for traps, but ideally their demo's dead. If their demo's alive, we probably aren't doing this, because what's going to happen is their demo's just going to be here, and we'll have this trapped, and we'll all flood in and just die to him. So we probably having the demo dead is really important. But what we do for the Wishbone push is we just immediately take this space. If they have any players here, they're killed because our combo is rushing in, and they don't have they don't have spawns yet. We just come out here, watch for traps, watch for spam from below here. If we have to build Uber, we can in here, but ideally we have.
Watch out for spies on the cart and in the medium pack area.
Yeah. This is a really cheeky spy spot, so always check this. And then once we probably won't even need to use, sometimes they'll have a passive gun spot over there that can be easily spammed. If we have to use early, that's fine, but I think the best way to go about capping C is to come around the right side here and go up this ramp. Because this is a really solid position here. You have the cover of this pillar and the wall, and you can just pressure them out, and we get C cap time. Much like on B, you can actually stand on this railing and even on this, and you're still capping. So this is really dominant as demo or as soldier. You can just splash around these corners and deny them. Yeah, and watch out for a heavy that's on balcony. A lot of players will just go when they spawn to balcony to contest the point because they feel like it's safer because they have the pack. But that's just a free kill. We all just need to be aware of that. And don't die to spies here, as always. When we are...
Should you not?
Shut up. When we are coming through here, something I forgot to mention is we want to have some E pressure. Like after we capture B, and even after we capture A, it can be very viable to have some form of E pressure, and that's on our soldier and scout. In addition, it can be really strong for the blue NG, even after we capture A, to immediately try to set up in heaven. So to be more specific, after we capture A, this door is open. Our NG will go with an escort of a soldier and scout around into lobby. You can come through connector, elbow, or elbow on the other side, and then you set up everything in heaven. If a blue NG ever sets up in heaven here, this is really solid, and the way we capitalize on this is we just go for an early E cap, which I'll go over more later. But yeah, once our NG sets up here, that's like amazing. So after we cap B, and especially C, but we'll talk about B right now, we want our scout at the very least, or our soldier with pain train. I personally like to run pain train on this map a lot, to just get E pressure. Having a pain train soldier and a scout ×4 on this, when we haven't even captured C yet, will just force their team to split. What that will usually mean is they will send people to come through the E spawn door here, there and there, to usually their demo, to come and just spam us off. What that means is their demo isn't watching C anymore. So what you can do is you can just go, our combo, if they're in Wishbone, can just push in for free because they're, well, not for free, but it'll be a lot easier because their demo's not there. So yeah, as a flank class, as a scout and soldier, always remember to just do E pressure when you can. When we're doing a standard B push, we need our soldier to be in on that plan, but otherwise, he should be doing E pressure with our scout. And they should not be feeding alone, they should be going in together, as always.
During standard B push then, since you haven't really clarified scout and NG, are they rotating for heaven?
Yes. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. Yes, they are. Scout and NG, you guys can go for the heaven push there, or just make some kind of fuss over in lobby.
Make some noise in there.
Yeah, but don't just go in. Don't just go in like a hero. Like wait for an escort. Watch for spies because they will just easily get picks on you if you're not careful. Because that's where they're going to be too. They're going to be watching the flank, trying to call rotations. Assuming we don't do the wishbone push and we don't get a million picks on B, we're just going to wait for C gate to open. Our combo is going to be here, and then my favorite way to do it is what I like to call a bypass. Yeah, not a sandwich, but imagine if that sandwich is sticky bums, right? So our demo is going to shoot stickies there, and you just drop down and bait them into like trying to push into you, and you can just dead to blast them away, and then you guys just get a free E presence, or sorry, a free C cap without them ever contesting you. If their combo is holding a wishbone. If their combo is doing a standard C hold, then obviously it's really good to just get our sniper up here. Like this is amazing. You can just use these rocks and peek over this and get a million picks. Ideally, I'm sure red will just carry us. And then
Yes.
once we get the gun down, then like our soldier can bomb over here. Although that's probably a really dumb idea because red heavies like to hang out here, so don't listen to me. The point is, the standard C hold is very beatable, even from C gate. We just the main thing I think is we need our sniper in position.
Finally showed up. Sorry.
So moving on from that, once we capture C, again, depending on how many picks we get, we're going to either go through Death Hallway, assuming their demo and like most of their team is dead, if we somehow like full wipe them pushing into C, which is possible but probably won't happen most of the time, then we can go through Death Hallway. In all other scenarios,
Unless it's a big wipe, we don't want to do that.
yeah, this is a really dumb idea. We're just
Death
gonna all
Hallway.
die. It's called Death Hallway for a reason. So don't get greedy. Don't try to go Death Hallway. The safer way is to just go back into Wishbone. Now, there's a very important jump that I need you all to know. I've gone over this many times, but just to review, you can stand on a weird texture here, or a weird prop that's not. So just hold W in there, and maybe D as well.
Shift jump.
Shift, yeah, crouch jump, and you should land on that little thing there. And then you can just jump again and hold W to get up here. Always remember this. This is much faster than going around. This is the fastest way to get to Wishbone after we capture C. Especially important for our medic. Just be able to have that good mobility, immediately get into Wishbone. And then what we do here is we have our sniper buffed. Like, nobody should be peeking this sight line as soon as we rotate back here, because if their sniper is smart, they're going to be holding that, and then they're just going to kill us.
Their entire
You have lobby control.
lobby, yeah.
Yeah, if they have lobby control. If they don't, then we can just go in and go for immediate E
Look
pressure.
through that window behind E and just make sure like you can't see any red people.
Yeah. Something I also forgot to mention now that we're on E is that at any point after we capture A, it can often be a good idea for our sniper, especially if our flank is having trouble, to go into hell up there. You're basically like only dead to a spy up there, or the other sniper. But I mean, if you get the opposing sniper to rotate over just to kill you, then we're winning. But yeah, at any point if our flank's having trouble as sniper, you can go into there. Just be aware that you're only going to really be getting flank picks, and it's probably more valuable for you to be with the combo, getting buffs, getting protection, and being able to get key picks that will help us actually push. For example, we just captured C. We're coming in through here. We buff our sniper. He's the only one peeking. If he wins the SVS, then we can go in through here and try to meet them with an Uber in lobby, or we can just probably just go for an E cap. At this point, the bridges will be extended. The most dominant way to capture E after we get C is to establish control of Heaven. As demo, you can just lob stickies here and air det them to kill guns that may be a little too far forward. If the gun's down as soldier, this bomb is really, really good. Just be aware that you don't go too high. It's a common mistake that I used to make. You will bonk your head on that and you will fall into the pit. So you need to be low. The angle is pretty specific, but this is a super good bomb because you can just, as soldier up here, you're really safe. You can get the pack, you can get ammo as heavy in general. And when we're trying to capture E from C, we want our combo up here. Heavy, especially being up here, is really dominant. At the same time, we need to make sure we have people on the cap. So don't get too stuck in your role of like, oh, FaZe told me to go up on Heaven. No, if we still need people to cap, don't be afraid to do that. Also, don't fall into the pit.
Even if we have like ×2 on the cap, as long as it's like consistently on the cap, it's a lot more deceiving. It's a
Yes.
really long cap, but as long as we're just constantly on it, it should be really, really useful.
Yeah, for sure. The main point is just having the constant cap time. As soon as someone leaves the cap, it'll drain really fast, and like a lot of our progress will be gone, depending on how many points we've captured. Like if we go for an AE, then it'll drain really, really fast. Thank you for the sandwich. Assuming that we can't get E pressure, even after we get Wishbone and then we win the SVS here, like they have too strong of a hold, like their NG set up in Heaven and we can't do anything, we can try to rotate across here and meet them in lobby here. That would just be an Uber on our Pyro and demo. Heavy, I like you hanging back here, although you're at risk of a sniper, so it may be better for you to just actually come in the Uber, but then maybe cross over into Wazowski over here. We'll go over callouts later. So yeah, because if the enemy team we're fighting is smart, they're going to have a hold set up in lobby after we capture C. This whole area is lobby. And we need to meet them here if we want to ever get any more points on this map. Assuming that we actually can't even get into the E area because they're defending it too well, like maybe say their demo's over here just trapping this, and they have Uber, or we're at Disat or something, we need to rotate all the way around And I know it's a long rotation, but this is the best way to capture this map. We go all the way back into spawn. We don't hit that ceiling. And we attack lobby from this side. We build Uber back here. There's no reason for a medic to even peek this. There's going to be like some greedy defending soldiers might spam in through here, or even demo men. Some snipers might like to do this. Like don't take the risk. Just as medic, just build back here. We can have some classes contesting this. Be aware of snipers that are on the platform by spawn over there. And then when we have Uber, this is a really, really hard point to push through for blue. But watch for traps. These two spots are the nastiest traps. Like defending lobby as demo is one of the most amazing things because it's so easy to farm damage and kills in this tight choke. So check for traps as we're pushing through here. When we use through here, this literally should always be a solo Uber on our demo man. It shouldn't need to be anybody else because we don't want other people dying or committed. And our demo, because it's such close quarters, should be able to do as much damage as is needed. If their pyro's denying you a lot, then we could bring our pyro in too, just to air blast their pyro away and give our demo some space. Your main goal again is to get the medic to force and then leave. Immediately in the post-Uber fight, we all need to commit and push them as far back as possible. That means our scout should actually be in on this when we're ready to push. So I repeat, like when our scout, when we're doing this, I don't want our scout trying to go through wishbone, trying to get E pressure and just dying. You need to be with combo. Because having a scout being able to rush through here and just chase their players as they're trying to escape can be really, really strong after our demo's done a bunch of damage to them. We won't have to worry about a gun being set up in here usually because they're probably going to have a gun in heaven. Once we have control of lobby, we basically won the map. At this point, what I like to do is have our our flank is going to capture D. So our soldier and scout, you just watch this door as soldier. You can just spam this for free and just deny people coming through. And then our combo is going to be capturing E. Having the split pressure is always really important. If they are holding up on heaven, this is a pretty easy hold to get rid of as blue because they can't really escape. If they want to escape, they have to jump down, which is risky. They can go into lunchbox, but it's not really advised. And then I guess they can hide in heaven here, but you can just spam them out. So what we should do is just Uber our demo, and even a pyro like could be absolutely devastating in here. They have nowhere to go, so a pyro can just kill them all. And then that should be an easy way to just capture E. As soon as we win lobby, like there's no way we should lose this map. We just need to remember that we need to remember the objectives. So capture the points, guys. It's the main idea. Something I want to go over now is if we want to do like an AE, an ABE, or an ACE, what we do in those scenarios. Say we capture A, and we want to go for an immediate E cap. What happens is, our combo comes through here, our demo has traps here, and is spawn camping at the same time. It may help to like stand a little further back so you can kind of watch both, but that pillar's in the way. But that's really what you need to do because their combo, defending, is going to want to come meet you through here. So just
stress the importance of the pyro in this area.
Oh yeah. You mean like because you can just air blast people into the pit?
Yeah, like if the pyro gets out of spawn, you're basically fucked if you're standing there.
Yeah. So like maybe not right in front of spawn, but maybe like closer to the door here. I like trapping this because you can't really see it from this little metal flap. So really solid trap there, and spawn camping. And then we want a lot of E pressure, so scout and soldier with pain train, that is perfect for you. Our pyro can even go over there, but I like our pyro being here, ready and spy checking, ready to deny their Uber, because as soon as we get a call that they're Ubering in from wishbone, which is what they will be doing because they're going to be holding B, our pyro can just stuff them and keep them in wishbone, and then we're just like capping. If they're smart, what they're going to be doing is they're not going to be committing to the E area, and they're just going to be here like spamming the point, because all they need to do is do enough damage to our flankers to get them out. The way that we can really do this is if we have like an aggressive Uber into their wishbone. If we ever have ad or something, it could be amazing. Like around this corner, even on this map, we've run like Kritzkrieg on offense. You just crits in here, and like if we kill them all, then we just like get a free AE cap. The main important thing is that we want people spawn camping and stuff. Also, we want our NG, if we're ever going for an early E cap, to be set up in heaven for sure. If our NG honestly isn't even set up here, we should never really go for an immediate E, unless their team is terrible. And again, NG, if you're trying to set up an E on offense, or if you're trying to set up on heaven, make sure you have an escort to get here, make sure you're being protected, and make sure you are spy checking. Because if you die to a spy, everything you've done is all for naught. So always be aware and always be with somebody. That about does it for offense. If we do try to get C, or if we do try to get E after we get C, just remember that their spawns are now there and not there. That's really important. So after we get C, you don't even have to worry about that anymore. Just dedicate your attention to those doors there. Additionally, when we are finally capturing E, we want people to be watching all of the potential routes for people to come through. As demo, I like to watch Wishbone and the window there. Maybe somebody else can watch lower, and then our pyro maybe can be watching behind.
Somebody needs to watch through the window as well, just
Yeah.
so we can time. No, not that window.
Oh yeah. You can gain so much information in this window. Yeah, on attack and defense from either side of this window. Always look through it and call if you see anything important. In general, for spy, it can be really hard to get into position on this map. It can be really hard in general on this map as spy, but your main job as spy on this map is to be a calm spy. Don't go for crazy plays. If you get crazy picks, it's obviously amazing, but you are, especially on offense, you're telling us where their combo is rotating to, because then we can just like mirror their movements and always be on the other side they don't expect, and we will have the ultimate edge against teams using that knowledge. So as spy, just call us where their combo is, call like Uber percentages. If they try to do anything cheeky like go Kritzkrieg randomly, that is what will let us win these maps, and that's what's done really well for our team in the past. Shoutouts to Jard, the comm spy.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm gonna move on to defense. Sorry, this one's gonna run a little longer. So, actually, you know what? Before I move on to defense, I will talk about Honest Abe, which is the funny little strat. Basically, I've already been telling you about Honest Abe just by doing this map review right now. But the main principle of Honest Abe, which is what Lasky calls his strat for this map, is your whole team is just going to, after you cap each point, you're going to bait going for E. Your whole team is going to bait going for E. What are the benefits of this? Well, it forces the enemy team to have to deal with you. Because if you cap E, big surprise, you win the map. So if you bait E, you're going to force their team to do something about it. You're going to force them to move and rotate. And then what does that mean? As soon as they are baited to move to you, if you win a fight, then you can just cap E for free. If you lose the fight, or if you just wanted to bait them over, then you just rotate to the relevant point at the time. If we captured A and we're baiting E, and they rotate, then we just go through drop down, like we said, and go to B. If we're baiting E and they all rotate, then we just go to C. For instance, we're baiting E after we cap B. Their team comes through these doors and tries to contest us, like they've rotated their whole team over here. We just go in through Wishbone or through C gate up there, and we have a free C cap. The same goes for D, although once we capture C and we have lobby, then the map's pretty much over. So Honest Abe doesn't really apply there. But the main principle of it is continue to bait E with your whole combo. And that's how you really pressure teams on this map. Does anybody have any questions about offense? I'm going to move on to defense now.
I thought it was called Honest Dave because of A, B, and E.
Yeah.
You would think, but it's actually not. Well, it kind of is because that's the classic way to do it.
First you go to A, and then with a little bit of E pressure, then you go to B instead.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, so it's actually Honest Abe.
Obama's bullshit.
Anyway,
Abe.
this is defensive steal. We're not going to defend A. Ever. If you're Levi and you're a greedy man, you like to stand here and try to get picks on A, and then you die every time. Don't do that.
I won't be doing that.
I literally saw Levi do this every time on this map. And because I was playing soldier, and then I would be here trying to protect him, and he would just die. Anyway, this shouldn't be in the recording. Also, let me actually go on defense
I
here.
can edit it out for you.
Thank you.
And then leave it at.
Yeah. So for A, oh for fuck's sake, I have to rotate around.
Do you ever do barrel scout? Barrel scout strats?
Nah, dude, barrel spy strat.
Barrel spy strat is the shit. Yeah. Okay, so for A, like you could have a soldier here, but don't ever commit. Don't die. That's the main point. Just have someone here to tell us what's going on.
Which classes are here?
Spy. Spy is the one that is definitely here. You can be hiding in barrel, but there's a million hiding spots around A. It's obviously
Just don't get
risky.
checked.
Yeah, don't get checked. Try to be as tricky as possible. Some teams might not be as good at spy checking. You'll be able to exploit that and just live here. The main idea is you're not going for picks unless there's a huge opening. Like, don't go for picks.
Get the
You're-
med drop.
If you get the med drop, then you're a god. But just tell us after they cap A. First of all, tell us who's on A. Tell us what they do after they cap A. Are they going to B? Are they going to E? If they're going to E, that's incredibly valuable information for our combo, because then they will know to rotate through Wishbone to meet them. If they're going to B, again, very, very relevant information. If they're going drop down, then that's like that's such good news for the defending demo man, because you could just trap this. So yeah, comm spy is the only person here, maybe a soldier. That's it. The rest of our team is going to be on B. And how we defend B is very important. Our engineer is going to set up a teleporter entrance literally right here. Yeah, except scout. And soldier, soldier as well, but it depends.
Lobby, they try and defend lobby.
Entrance here, exit up in this room here on concrete. The point of this is so our heavy can easily get back up here if he gets pressured out. Our heavy is on
So
concrete.
they'll take down the teleporter.
Yeah, if they take down the teleporter, then you're fucked. But heavy's up here. As soldier, if their whole team is committed to pushing into B and you know that that's their game plan, then our soldier should be here. Black box conch, easy spam, easy banners. Like, this is really dominant for soldier. Our demo is going to be right here. Watch for snipers trying to just like edge you out like this.
Not gonna be peeking that sight line, yeah.
You can actually just stand really passive just right here and still head stickies above the door. Just don't ever peek. Catherine, or whoever's playing Pyro for us, will be spy checking and just be with you, ready to deny the Uber, because eventually what they're going to do is they're going to Uber through here, and if our Pyro's alive, their Uber's going to be awful, because you can just get stuffed.
Watch out for sniper and drop down doing the drop shot on our med.
Exactly,
That's really
yeah.
stupid, but I've seen that.
Yeah, this is a nutty play that snipers will go for, but they can just
Charge up
drop
the
down.
shot and then
Yeah. They can
drop
get
it.
they can drop in and they have a fully charged shot. They don't even need to headshot. They can just kill our meds. So
Alright, I'll do it.
you can go for it, Red, but just be aware that's kind of risky. As demo, you're just trapping this. If anybody peeks this, just dead. Like, I know it sounds brain dead, but I often forget to do that because I don't really know how to play demo. But sometimes players they won't even have Uber, but they'll just peek this because they're trying to be cheeky, and it's just a free kill. So just punish anybody who peeks. Our heavy's up there, denying that. If they ever get control of concrete, it can be regained. Ideally, our demo can just spam it out. Be aware that you can lob stickies into there. You can actually shoot stickies and pills through this crack. Rockets go through there too. Many medics have been dropped from this, so just be aware of that. Say our demo is doing a bunch of damage to them with through these like tertiary like weird splash angles, then our soldier can just bomb up here and get confirmed kills, you know? So we can definitely regain concrete control. Bad teams will Uber from concrete. They'll bring their combo up through the stairs and Uber down. That is a great way for them to lose, because we can easily kite that because we have so much ground to just run away. And then we can just all collapse in. A very important thing, I think, is if they do jump down with their Uber here, is for our demo to stay here. Even if you're taking damage, just retreat, but always be watching this. Because what's going to happen is while we're all distracted looking at the shiny Uber, the rest of the team's going to try to rush through main, or this choke. So always have this trap, and you'll probably just get free kills on people feeding in. But yeah, that's how we will lose, is if they make us split our attention and then they rush players in. If they do win a fight with us in courtyard, then we can do a more passive hold. There's one like here where our demo's standing here, kind of spamming this. We can slowly take ground back, and we shouldn't be afraid to. We just need to read the picks that we get. But if this passive hold doesn't work and we can't ever regain control of courtyard, then we kind of have to give up this point. It is possible to have like a very passive hold back here and then re-push point from this, especially if we have add. We can just use into them if they're trying to cap and win, but if we're at disadd, then yeah, it's obviously really bad. As engineer, you're gonna have a gun here. For the most part, be aware of spies. They're gonna make it their 100% goal to sap your gun and kill you, so always be watching out for spies here. What's gonna happen?
Dispenser forward.
Yeah, dispenser's forward. Yeah, it's a good point. Forgot about that. Dispenser's gonna be somewhere around here, and our med can just stand in it. What smart teams will do if they can't push into us on B because our hold's so good is they'll rotate people to E. So during this whole time, our spy and scout are going to be hanging out around lobby, or at least around the flank. You might be checking heaven now and then, but just, you know, in the flank area here, there's so much space for their flank to go. Because like we were talking about with offense, like they might be sending their NG to try to set up in heaven and stuff. So what's going to happen is if we're defending B and we notice that like, oh, not many people are committing here and their medic's not here, so they're probably going for E or maybe trying to set up in lobby, then our soldier at the very least should rotate here and help. At any point as the scout, the defending scout or the spy, if you notice that you're being overwhelmed and there's a bunch of players coming in through E or trying to get lobby control, just mention it in comms. We need to be listening for that. And then our soldier should be the first one to leave concrete and come over into E and help our flank get the players out of lobby and stuff. Because the soldier is the best equipped to do that. He can get rid of the NG's buildings, coordinate with the scout, and you guys should be able to kill any flankers that are in here. Especially because when you're a defending soldier, you get to run black box conch and you'll just be so annoying to kill. If their team actually commits, like their whole combo says, fuck it, we're not going to capture B, we're just going for an AE, then we go through Wishbone. We buff our sniper here to make sure that we're not going to get just fucking spammed or sniped as we want to enter the E area. And then we can either meet them with an Uber in here, like we can just Uber through this door if their combo's here, or we could just like edge them out. But we just need to be where their combo's at. Like the worst case scenario is that we don't rotate fast enough and their combo makes it all the way here, and they have people capping E and they're able to just kill us as we're trying to come out of Wishbone, and they have their sniper set up there. So we need to react fast. That's how you lose this map, is slow reactions and slow rotations. So we listen to calls from our flank, we adapt to rotations, we adapt to what the enemy team is doing. If they're trying to cap E, then our combo comes here. And ideally, again, we use like here to deny them even from coming into through lobby into E. If their combo tries to go all the way around through D to get into heaven, then that's a really that's not even that great, because yeah, they might like be able to hold up here, but then they still need people to cap E, and that E can always be denied by people just coming in to wishbone and spamming from here. So say you're the soldier and you were defending on concrete, you notice that their players are capping E right now because our flank is down or something. Just literally come here and shoot rockets like this. You should never feel the need to go past here. In fact, you shouldn't even need to feel the need to go past here because there might be people hiding in wishbone. Just come here, get this pack if you need, and like 4 rockets is more than enough to kill anybody capping. But yeah, as flankers, again, it's your main job to call if their combo's rotating into lobby, because then our combo needs to adapt to that by rotating. That about does it for B defense. I'm gonna move on to C. Let's say that we pull out of B, defending B, but a lot of our players are still up. Like we knew we were at disad, but so we figured we'll cut our losses, make sure we get Uber, and just let them cap. Then we can do a wishbone hold. We're gonna be buffing our sniper, who's gonna be watching this sightline. Our demo's gonna be here trapping this. Do not peek as demo, just stand here and trap this. You're gonna be watching for flanking soldiers shooting splash damage through here. Our medic can stand on the crate, on the cart here, or somewhere around here, but just don't peek the sightline. And our heavy, you know, there's a lot of places you can stand. I wouldn't go out here. I'd just be like right here. And we're just ready to meet them if they try to use into us. This is a pretty dominant place to defend until C gate opens. Let me make that perfectly clear. Like, this is a temporary hold until C gate opens. This is like a 10-second, 15-second hold. After that, we then rotate over to a standard C hold. This means that our NG is going to have a gun, maybe here. You can wrangle it to shoot people on the cliff. Dispenser here, or here, or here. I think here or here tends to be better because our heavy is going to be a little bit separated from the combo. You're going to be over here. You can head glitch over this and pressure people on cliff from here. And you can just use this to your advantage and just shoot people coming in from wishbone. So this is just a super dominant place for heavy to play. As demo, you're going to be trapping the wishbone entrance and spamming people with pipes who are coming up onto cliff. You obviously want to watch out for sniper.
I'll probably be a lot more passive than that.
Yeah, if their sniper's up, then you probably want to be standing back. But if their sniper is dead, don't be afraid of coming back out. And just make sure you have a trap over there. Watch for spies coming up through the ramp. And our pyro is just spy checking as normal. I just hang around our med. Our medic's just going to be camping the dispenser, which is going to be somewhere around here. The way that the most common way, I guess, that people will lose this hold or the map at this point is if the attacking team applies too much pressure to E. When that happens, it's pretty much your demo's sole goal is
I'll go by myself. The
Yeah.
medic and heavy can stay on C. I'm just gonna go from the lower exit of spawn. Go to the right. No, face. Go.
Yeah, you're gonna rotate into the spawn
Okay.
and then go down here, and you're gonna attack
I'll just
E.
defend E.
Don't peek the sniper here. Just spam pills or
Yeah,
stickies over
I know
this.
about that. I know about that.
Jard, calm down.
Okay.
You just spam stickies from over here, and yeah, our demo is gonna rotate over, and that should be more than enough to kill anybody who's trying to cap E. But if they're smart, that's just gonna be a bait. And the main goal of their team is they're just going to be rushing in through wishbone at that point because they know our demo's not there, and they're going to be trying to cap C. So if a lot of their team is committing to like maybe a lobby push at this point, then our combo needs to rotate. But I think it's very important for our heavy, at the very least, to remain here at all costs. if we know without a shadow of a doubt that their team is just brain dead and they don't care about C anymore and they're just botting for E, then yeah, as heavy, you can finally leave balcony and just come be with our team. Maybe try to get on heaven on E, or try to get a lobby hold. But if they're smart, they're always going to have people trying to pressure C and E at the same time. So as heavy, just stay here. I don't care how many people rotate over, just stay on balcony.
Does NG ever leave C?
Yeah.
And you can set up in heaven if the flank needs help and stuff.
Exactly. As NG, you kind of want to read what's happening, and you may want to rotate as needed. There's some great rotations you can do, you may want to help set up in heaven, especially after they cap C or after they cap B. It can be good to just set up in heaven if we know that they have a lot of people that like to go on the flank. So we need to get those kind of reads on the enemy team, and
Reviews.
yeah. So where was I? So C. Assuming that they beat our hold on C, we can either rotate through Death Hallway. If we have players up, then like as demo, trap this and like wait for their team to come into you, because greedy teams will love to test Death Hallway or just go for it. So free kills for you. If they're smart, they're gonna go through Wishbone. Once we lose C, we all immediately need to know that we go for a lobby hold. In the past, I've noticed our team has been a little confused about what to do after we lose C. It's a lobby hold every time. We establish control of lobby. Our medic's going to be standing behind this cart. Heavy, stand somewhere around here. Spy check. Pyro, same thing. And then our demo, you can be a little forward. Have a trap up here or here. I prefer there. You can just spam this. Beware of snipers that might try to peek you, but they should just be dying. Beware of snipers that go into hell, because they can actually see really far into this room. That's why it's really important for our medics to stand behind cart, and they can just shoot your feet from like even back here. So just be aware of that. You can even jump to avoid it maybe, but don't get killed by snipers from hell. If there is one there, buff our sniper maybe, and he can try to win the SVS. Also, it can be really good as the defending sniper, once they've captured C, to watch this sightline here. This is insane, because you can shoot people coming in from there, but our demo's going to be walling that off, so you shouldn't die, and you can just deny anybody trying to cross Wishbone. Once they use in, this should just be a solo Uber on our demo again. Our Pyro and Heavy, you guys should be watching for spies trying to go for a play in the post Uber. Watch behind you and just kind of hang back here. The main goal of this is to recommit after the Ubers are done, because the blue team is always going to use their Uber first. So just wait for the Ubers to end, and then you can kind of recommit from here. Don't die to spies again, and this is a really, really easy hold to maintain, because they have to come through this nasty choke, and that's just really hard.
Just watch over the sniper in the window.
Yeah. Once we lose lobby control, and where NG should be for this is setting up in heaven for sure, and our flank should be kind of supporting him. As soldier, you can literally stand up there and just spam rockets wherever you need. You can just get dispenser refresh on your ammo. You can drop down into lunchbox down there if there's any flankers that you think might be there. You can kind of peek into Wishbone, but you should be supporting our NG. Same with Scout. As the defending Scout here, you can just wrap Assassin and be really annoying with it. You can just come back into spawn. The resupply locker's right here. And just continually spam wrap Assassins and just be the absolute nuisance of the... Yeah, it can be really effective. Unfortunately, once you lose lobby as the defending team, it's really hard to win the map. you're pretty much lost. The ways that we can regain it is if we have advantage, even if we lost lobby, we can kind of use that to get control of D maybe first, and then try to retake lobby. Once we lose lobby, our main goal is to obviously then retake lobby. We build passively maybe around D here, and then we just come back into here. If they're already applying a bunch of E pressure, and especially if their combo has control of heaven, then it's GG, pretty much. What we could eventually build Uber if we have time, and use into them here, and then contest E from here, this window as demo. Use this window to your advantage in Soldier, like it's obviously a little safer than just peeking around the corner. Or say they beat us in lobby, but they don't really have people hanging out there, and they're all just committing to E. We can come through lobby and contest E from around here. They're both the same option, but it depends on how much time we have. The unfortunate thing is, once they've captured C, and they already have control of lobby, then we don't have much time. Like, they can cap E really fast, so we need to just be aware of like the timing. That's a really important thing in this map. Like, before you know it, E could just get capped under your nose. But yeah, I think that about does it for CP Steel. Are there any questions? I feel like there's a lot of things I missed. Nothing?
I don't have questions. I have two things I want to say.
Okay. If it pertains to the map review, then just go ahead.
Well, there's those two drop downs coming out of B. Like, there's two lamps that the Sully can stand on, and they just drop down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had a team, I don't know if you remember, do that, and they dropped our med one time because we never checked.
Yeah, let me show those. So if I can do that, I suck at getting on this one. But you can stand up here.
If you go up ladders, you can jump really easy from that little roof over there.
Oh.
Like, I jump from there all the time.
I'll remember that. I am gonna go over callouts too, which I forgot. But if you don't want to stick around for that, that's fine. But that will be in the recorded portion of this review. So you can stand up here, and you can stand up on this lamp. Both of these are really solid places as Soldier, or even Demo, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, no.
Something I forgot to mention is that at the beginning of the map, as Sniper, just stand here. Don't go for greedy picks on A. Just go for crack shots here. This is such a dominant place for Sniper, and this is how teams have fucked us when we're attacking. Just stand here, Sniper. Don't be a Levi. Yeah.
The other thing I was gonna say was defending B. It's easy to make the mistake of like, oh, I'm just gonna like pop out a B spawn, like whenever points getting capped.
Mm-hmm.
The door just closed and you get stuck in that like cellar there.
Mm-hmm. This place.
That's a pretty newbie mistake. It's just like, if the time's running out on B, don't like try and run out, because you're gonna end up getting stuck and their team's gonna be right there and now you have nowhere to go and die.
Yeah, and along that point, that's a very important point. We do not get caught in here. Read the amount of time on the that they're capping with, and just don't get caught. If we are preemptive about our pulling out of B, it's always better to go into Wishbone, in my opinion, for our medic and combo, to just retreat into Wishbone. As medic, don't go into here, because you can get trapped. Just go into Wishbone. Obviously, if there's snipers forward, it's a little risky, but don't worry about it. If your combo's with you, you'll be okay. Are you guys ready for callouts?
Serum.
Yes, please.
Okay. Hall or main or choke. Stairs, concrete. This area's concrete. There's no real name for this house. Courtyard, ladders, drop down, point, truck, I think is relevant because snipers like to hang out here.
Also Spidey close by.
Yes, for sure. Gun platform or like gun area, I guess. This is
Platform.
Platform.
Gun area.
No cap.
Name.
Gun area. That's the
Gun
name.
is in gun area.
Gun area.
Uh,
Big door.
No.
Big door or
There's
concrete?
big doors there.
Just don't call this concrete.
Oh,
Because that's concrete. This is
okay.
spawn.
Okay.
That's actually terrible.
That wasn't
Big
Big
spawn.
door.
Big door. Big door. Okay, that's fine. It's not a big door at all, but it's fine.
Cowboy.
What was the name for this? I forgot what we called this. Texas. Okay, yeah. Texas.
Why is it called Texas?
It's that. It just is. And then we have
It's weird like that.
Wishbone
Or Beck.
or Beck. This whole area is Wishbone, all the way into here.
Does that drop down have a name? Is it like secret or something?
Which drop down?
This one.
The one.
This one?
Yeah, by Texas.
You can call it secret, yeah.
Secret, sure.
Seagate. Something I forgot to mention is as soldier, when we're defending C, come up here with black box conch and just spam down here. If you get pressured out, that's fine, but you can be really dominant up here. Cliff. We don't really have a name for this area, but it's just C.
Yard. Again.
C yard or yard, yeah. Lunchbox down here. Even over there, still lunchbox. This is the point. We'll call this like ramp. Balcony. Bridge. Snipers like to hang here, so can be a relevant call for sure. Death hallway. D. Big surprise. Connector, I like for this. Heaven. This room is also heaven. Hell is that room over there. I'd like for us to have a call out for this walkway around E. What do you guys think? Can we just call that like catwalk or
Boomerang.
something?
No, that's too long.
Elbow.
Ben.
Bend.
You.
Or just like overlook? Or no, that's not overlook.
How about cat?
Cat.
Spawn camp?
Just catwalk is fine.
Well, no, like catwalk's a little long. Let's just call it
Or you do
cat.
spawn camp.
If you do it cat, it's short.
Well, everyone. Oh yeah.
It's
I
called
mean,
dog.
We'll dispute it later.
My only issue with catwalk is it's not a catwalk. But that's
Yeah,
okay.
you just call it spawn camp because that's what
Ben.
the
How
name of
about
spawn
ledge?
camp.
We could call it ledge then.
We'll talk about it later. This is elbow.
Okay, so elbows used.
This is lockers. Or locker room. Control room. Or just lobby.
Or full pack.
Can we call it CR?
Alright, but we'll...
No.
Pack and lobby.
Okay, it's control room. Look, there's a phone and everything.
There's a full pack in there.
Yo,
Jard, you said you know about technology. It's
Can we
fine.
call
Yeah.
that right there trolley?
Trolley is fine. This is lobby.
There's technology in there.
This is Wazowski. This whole area.
Is it Wazowski? Because
No
there's
one's
a
gonna
giant
remember
like eye on the
Wazowski.
floor.
It's Wazowski because you can picture her behind here.
Once it's
Oh, I thought it was
really
Mike Wazowski
stupid,
because it's round and there's a big circle in the middle.
What the fuck? No, it's Wazowski because it's Roz. It would sit back here. Okay. Anyway.
hook
A.
for them traps.
Calling it teller.
We'll call this Robin Williams.
Oh god.
Oh,
no.
God.
Shut up.
No.
I enjoy it.
Williams.
Yeah.
Monetized.
Archon.
We're not gonna be calling A. The only relevant call on A is Cuckshed.
Bring that
Okay,
motherfucker.
can we call that one spy decloak spot Bush?
Wait, what the?
He's
I
recording.
came you for the Robin Williams joke.
He's recording.
What the fuck? All right. Well, I didn't finish callouts, and you ruined the fucking recording. So great.
You'll be
Thanks.
fine.